what is it? The Zelda game, Wild, Call of the Wild.
Yeah, Call of the Wild's a beautiful game too. But this is aesthetically pleasing so far. I mean, I'm only just started it, but it's lovely so far.
Okay, I shall buy it. Yes, that's been a very popular video for me, talking about the insanity around.
It was a good video.
Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you. What if the balloon over Canada is Danish instead?
Well, do you remember where you were when the Dane and Canada war started? I do.
What's the island we're fighting over script?
Oh, it's in Iceland, isn't it?
Greenland.
Oh, Greenland. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think we just signed a peace treaty with the Danish. We're exchanging their sweets with our poutine.
Yeah, and I think both flags are allowed to be on that island now, because we keep taking theirs and putting theirs.
It kind of would be hilarious if the balloon really was from Denmark and it was going to Canada. All you would need is the Danish music from South Park. Remember that song, Tom, right?
Oh, is that the
troll farm one?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a real song. I could do like a live translation of that.
You know what?
I remember the one you're talking about.
This Danish-Canadian kerfuffle would be a perfect Bill Forsyth movie. If you know who Bill Forsyth is. Like it's a huge thing about nothing.
Yeah.
Well, for those, since we have it on screen, Chato,
yes.
On behalf of the Danish people who are watching, who may not even be aware, can you tell us what's the kerfuffle between Denmark and Canada about? I can tell you right away that no, this one does not involve any mooses.
I know it vaguely, but I don't know any details.
Yeah, I can't remember what the name of it's not even really much of an island. It's literally a rock.
Yeah.
And it's not Greenland then.
No.
I'm sorry, I misspoke on that one because
there's definitely Iceland either, or not Iceland either.
No, there's a rock that's actually really close between those two countries, and Canada sends out a ship regularly to plant our flag on it. And then the Danes send a ship and they take the flag out and put their flag. And then we come back a couple days later and do the same. And it's just back and forth. And it's the longest most peaceful conflict we've had with the country.
Hans Island.
Yes.
Hans Island.
That's Hans Island. Yeah.
That's it.
So I have to say it sounds Danish.
Until one day all hell broke loose.
Yes. And
the Canadian-Danish War.
I mean, it's like I said, it's a perfect Bill Forsyth movie.
You never had a war between two of the nicest people in the world.
It goes all the way back to 1933, so it's the longest non-conflict conflict ever.
So 90 years running. It's the Falklands Northern Edition.
That's so funny, and it's like a half a mile.
You know, Canadians in wait, hiding as a Danish crew sneaks on the island and puts their flag on, takes the Canadian flag down, and then
we're putting our flag here. You get out of here.
Well, the thing is,
you take off, hosers. We're putting our flag there, eh?
Hold on. They've done it so often that there are probably enough Canadian flags in Denmark for every citizen, and then some.
Oh, it's so amazing.
We have plans for them.
And we only came up with our flag in like the 60s. Before that was the Union Jack that we had. So
it is pretty far up. I'm looking at the map. It is almost at the top of Greenland, halfway up your island. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Sorry, I can't understand a word you're saying there. Sorry.
But Greenland is its own place. It's not run by the
administratively, it's run by Denmark.
It is.
How is my Danish?
No, terrible.
I'm sure it is.
Denmark's a beautiful country. We spent quite a bit of time in Copenhagen. The thing I hate about it is that all the people there are beautiful.
Oh boy,
it's really.
I actually loved that part. That was.
Yeah, but you're one of the good-looking young people.
Thank you, but I'm not.
one of the highest tax rates on the globe at over 55% of your
Actually,
income.
yeah, the Danish tax rate is one of the few that's even higher than the Norwegian one.
Yeah,
you will pay your taxes.
But I talked with some Norwegians about that, and the ones I talked to said this was a voted decision. It was explained to us, what we were getting into, and we decided that this was appropriate for our country because they pay for all education. They even pay for your room and board. If you're a student in specific schools, you don't pay anything.
Yeah, and any public university is basically free. All you pay for is the books.
Well,
like same thing with with my 4-year degree at the University of Oslo. The expenditure there was the books I had to pay when I did my master's in England. But up until then, it was the tuition fee was, I don't know, a total
so
4 years. It was a few $100. Culture, you were saying.
It's a if you're espousing a self-circulating socialist narrative, because you're going to have all these people that are super stoked on the free education and all the other garbage, which feeds back into all these social programs, and it's just a constant cycle of lack of independence. Because
I'm not disputing that.
No, I'm not arguing that at all. But on the other hand, if you go to a well-heeled university in the United States, you're out $100,000 a year. I mean. Yeah. There are extremes, and you're paying
$70,000 too much in the United States. So how smart are you if you're going to go to that university in the first place?
This is a very different argument, but it's nice to be in a country where almost everybody is well educated.
Okay, how's that working for you?
What, in Denmark?
No, or in Canada even.
Canada?
Canada hasn't been well educated for 20 years.
The problem is we've got way too many schools.
We have way too many schools, and unfortunately, so many of them are indoctrinated under the false premise that they actually are agents of the government, whether or not. Same with our healthcare system; it's actually not as connected to the government as you think it is.
Yeah, it's a single payer.
It's a single payer. Most hospitals are private, and they just build the insurance programs, and they get additional funding on request if required, but it's not often required. But again, when you're a private company, it's like, oh, wait, there's a program where we can actually get lots of taxpayer dollars without having to do much. We're going to go for that, because why wouldn't they? Private companies do that in the United States all the time.
I think we veered off the main topic.
Oh, yeah.
It's my fault. Yes.
It's my
I'm
fault.
slightly annoyed you keep putting your stupid flag on my island.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That was it.
Hans Island.
Yes. Mario Trillo says Andre's laugh sounds like an oncoming raiding party.
Yeah.
I imagine that's probably what the last thing you hear.
Oh, that was genuine joy.
That was genuine. Yeah. That was kind of sadistic.
Yeah, well, of course. I was just imagine that's the last thing you hear before the battle axe comes and makes sure.
Yeah. Pretty much, that made him laugh. That made him laugh.
That's right. The laugh of the heart is
hilarious.
Yeah, the laugh of the
I
heart.
love the sound that the skull makes when it cracks open.
Actually.